Hi, Bill. Bob Medlin. I don't think you really have a problem with this creation scripture that says, um, then God said, let the land produce vegetation, seed bearing plants and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it, according to their various kinds. And it was so. The land produced vegetation, plants bearing seed, according to their kinds, and trees bearing fruit with seed in it, according to their kinds. I don't know about you, but I just love having a garden. I love going to the store, to the vegetable section, and seeing all the myriads of wonderful fruits and vegetables that are there. I love going to through a flower garden. I love seeing the trees and the nurseries and fruit trees. And my wife is just a seed planter. Whenever she sees a tree or anything that she likes, she'll just take that seed and plant it, and up will pop a tree. So anyway, I don't think you have a problem with that creation story. I want to tell you about another miracle. My wife and I were pastoring a church, and I preached one Sunday morning that nothing's impossible with Jesus if we just believe. He said he would do it for us if we believe. So I asked people to come forward for prayer that needed a miracle. And this young man came forward. He was about 30 years old, and they had been coming to our church about 30 days or so, and we really didn't know him very well. And I asked him what he wanted Jesus to do for him. He said, you said nothing was impossible for God. He said, I was born colorblind. He said, I would love to see color. And so I said, well, Jesus is the creator, and so it's not a problem for him to put whatever's missing in there. So I just put my hands on his eyes and asked Jesus to create what was missing. It turns out that color cones, a person who is colorblind is born with an absence of color cones, and so it's a genetic defect. And so I asked the Lord to put those in there. And I took my hands off his eyes, and he looked up at a plain green plastic plant, and his eyes got about that big around. He said, "Oh my God!" And he spun around. And he started looking at everybody's shirts, and his wife said that driving home he couldn't keep his eyes on the road. And the next Sunday he brought back. I went to the paint store and brought back all these color samples of colors. He said, I could never see these colors. And he was in construction, and he always wanted to be able to drive a big rig truck, which he needed to be able to do to be efficient. But he couldn't pass a commercial driver's test because they require you to pass a colorblind test, and he was never able to do that. Obviously, he was born that way. So anyway, he went down and after he was healed, and went down and passed the test and got his commercial driver's license. So Jesus not only was the creator, God not only created everything through Jesus at the beginning, but you know what? He's still creating. He's not finished yet. Thanks. I've got some more things I'd like to tell you about creationism in the next video.